Hey, what's up? After stepping away from YouTube to embrace my last few weeks as a high school senior, graduating and then flying down to see some family in Kentucky I haven't seen in a very long time, I'm finally back to catch up with you guys. I'm sorry for leaving you guys in the dark. I saw your comments every day asking me if I was done, if I was quitting, if I was dead. I mean, fair enough. I was only gone for 4 months though. I mean, what could have I possibly missed in 4 months?
We had a way,
Yeah, it's probably safe to say I picked the absolute worst time to disappear as a FNAF YouTube channel. Sure, I could have come crawling back the second I saw that first FNAF movie teaser trailer drop to reach a couple thousand views, but that video would have been made with no passion, no sincerity, no integrity, so I just decided to wait until I was hungry to make videos again. And honestly, it seems waiting was the right call, because now I can give my in-depth thoughts and expectations on all 3 of the big FNAF projects releasing this year in one video. We'll break these down from the project releasing first to the project releasing last, so that means we're starting with
FNAF Ruins. What does it even mean? What are you talking about? There's security breach DLC! What?
This may be a hard pill to swallow for some, but I'm not too excited for the Ruin DLC. It seems to be just more security breach in terms of gameplay and story. Not that it's really fair for me to expect anything else really, I mean a DLC is just an expansion. But that being said, however, I never really clicked with the fetch quest stealthy style mission security breach offers. The DLC presents new protagonist Cassie trying to rescue Gregory from a now rundown pizzaplex. Not a terrible concept, but it doesn't really feel like any new ground is being broken here either. But simplicity can allow for complexity. Hopefully Steel Wool delivers and gives us a richer story, more dynamic cutscenes, actual character development and progression, actually giving Vanny something to do for once. It could be really great actually. More than anything, I'm wondering which ending this DLC is picking up from. In this scene from the trailer, we can see Glamrock Freddy stuck in some rubble. So none of the endings where Glamrock Freddy and Gregory escape the pizzaplex can be canon to this continuation. This means the Disassemble Freddy ending or the ending where Gregory leaves at 6 AM are the most likely. It's worth noting in the trailer, Glamrock Freddy's actually buried under the remnants of the Phaser Blast maze, so it seems the Disassemble Freddy ending is the top contender. And knowing that's a little bittersweet because Vanny died, so she may have no presence at all in this DLC. Briefly in the trailer, we see her mask is being used as some kind of gameplay mechanics, so only time will tell, I guess. Also, by the way, what about Burn Trap and the Blob? If that ending didn't happen, where does that leave them? I'm hopeful Steel Wool has a clear continuity in mind, and I'm excited to see where this entry picks up, how long it's been, and where it leaves us for the future of the game series. As for final notes, the destroyed Glamrock animatronics look fantastic. I really want to know who this is. Is it really Glamrock Bonnie? Will he make an appearance in this DLC? Overall, even though I'm not super hyped for this DLC, it would be great if it could deliver on a lot of security breach's shortcomings and retroactively make that game a lot better. Since it's releasing quite literally any day at this point, I guess we'll find out very, very soon. After 8 grueling years, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie is finally on the horizon. It's unreal how quickly everything has changed. If you turn back the clock to January, things didn't look so different for the project from 2015. No joke, I could probably make a 40-minute breakdown of the 2 trailers alone, but for this video's sake, I'll try my best to condense my thoughts. Out the gate, I want to immediately talk about the quality bar. I had no idea where the quality for this movie would stand, but Blumhouse did an excellent job, it seems. And I'm not just talking about the animatronics in the set, I mean the cinematography, the acting, everything here looks professionally top-notch. Josh Hutcherson, Elizabeth Lail, even Mike's little sister Abby are all putting on an incredible performance. We don't get too much of Matthew Lillard's William Afton, so I'll wait to comment on that when I've actually seen the movie. But from the few short clips I've seen alone, I can tell everyone's putting on their A-game and no one's just cashing in a check, which is obviously a great sign. As I briefly touched on earlier, the animatronic puppets are so well done. In most of the shots, you can see the actual wiring and mechanical parts. You can tell these aren't just people in suits, they're actual robots. The crew did an excellent job at recapturing the FNAF 1 models while still putting a unique spin on them as well that's hard to pin down, but they're definitely different in a good way. Also, as I briefly mentioned, the pizzeria looks incredible. The stained glass windows, the wall decorations, the neon signs, they hit a home run with the interior design. It really seems like Blumhouse did most of this movie practically. This is a huge win because without the limits of CGI, you can pull off more dynamic shots like these on screen now. In the trailer, we saw the monitors, the vents, classic FNAF FNAF mechanics, but interestingly, we haven't seen any footage of the doors being used yet. It's clear that Scott Cawthon, the director, and the cinematographer were all on the same page during production. The movie seems promising and exciting all across the board. The one and pretty much only concern I have for the movie at this point is the tone. What is the tone gonna feel like? Obviously, trailers only give us like 5% of the overall content, so we have no idea how it's going to flow, but for me personally, the tone feels way too laid back and quippy for a horror movie. Mike doesn't seem at all shocked or shaken about this haunted robot spirit stuff, and that final scene at the end of the second trailer where Corey is driving around Abby and Golden Freddy was a little out of place, I guess I'd put it. I'll hold off from being too judgmental until I've seen the final product, but as of now, the trailers have left me a little confused and conflicted on the vibe. At the end of the day though, this is clearly the vision of collaborating artists, and I can appreciate that. So what if the red eyes aren't as scary as the black eyes? So what if Vanessa wasn't really in FNAF 1? I'm willing to look past these controversial decisions and enjoy what Scott is presenting to us. So I guess we'll put a pin in it now and pick up this conversation sometime around Halloween, but as of now, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie is looking to be a big success. And we finally reached our final stop, the game no one saw coming, no one could have possibly predicted, Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. It's currently slated for a late 2023 release, but I wouldn't be shocked at all if they pushed it to January or February of 24. This is no contest, like not even close to the FNAF project I'm most excited for, which is probably surprising to hear when it's up against the movie, but I've always thought the original Help Wanted was flawless. The only issue I had with it was all the unexplored potential. And after Curse of Dreadbear, when Security Breach was announced, I lost all hope that we would ever see any updates to this game again. And I was right, because instead they gave us a full-blown sequel! Steelwool is pulling out all the stops because Ballora is finally making her VR debut. The fact that Ballora was in the reveal trailer shows us something very important. Steelwool is very aware of what the community has asked for and wants. More sister location levels are obviously a given. The breaker room with Funtime Freddy would be nice to see, the Springlock challenge with the Min Arenas, heck, maybe even entered with the private room. I know that ending technically isn't canon, but the private room itself is canon, entered is canon, so if they really wanted to, they could make it work. Obviously, FNAF 6 levels is something I'd love to see, because we got no FNAF 6 in the original. I mean, for a game celebrating the entire FNAF series, FNAF 6 only got what, like a Scrap Baby plush? I mean, for the ending of the series, that was a little strange. A couple salvage minigame levels, a couple office minigame levels, it could be a lot of fun. Now that brings us to an interesting topic, Ultimate Custom Night. I'm gonna be straight up, I don't think Ultimate Custom Night's gonna be here. I just feel like that's way too much to expect. If you really think about it, UCN could pass as an entire VR DLC in of itself. Now we get to the really exciting part, the new stuff. Sister Location and Pizzeria Simulator fill up 2 of a possible, like, what, 7 minigame modes? So there's still so much more of the game to fill, with new stuff. I hope Steelwool is more experimental this time around like they were with Curse of Dreadbear. And I hope they drop us in new scenarios we've never seen before. More intricate parts and service and vent repair levels would be so nice to see. Imagine repairing Nightmare Mangle, or a hallway crawl styled vent repair level where you're traveling from one side to the other fixing things and avoiding death along the way. The possibilities are literally infinite, and I can't overstate that enough. I'm not even gonna attempt to think about how this fits into lore. I mean, will Glitch Trap even be in this game? I couldn't tell you. All I can tell you though is that I cannot wait for this game to drop in a few months. And if Steelwool makes this game with the same passion and quality they made the past 2 Help Wanted projects, this will be another one of the best FNAF games of all time. So that brings us to the end. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm so sorry again I was gone for such a long time. What are your guys' thoughts on the next 3 FNAF projects? I'm really excited for all of these, but by the way, a random thought just entered my mind. What about FNAF Plus? Does anyone know what's going on with that? I haven't heard any updates on that in ages. I'll be back really soon with another video, probably in under a week. I promise this time. It's going to be the start of a new series taking a deep dive analysis on each FNAF game. Of course, starting with the first one, so I hope you're looking forward to that. Other videos I have coming up soon, the final FNAF AR skin ranking, another useless FNAF facts video, and more. So I hope you're looking forward to those. But with all that being said, that's all I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.